Hello everyone, welcome back. We're playing against one of the weakest teams this season, but you know the role in these games, you're never certain because Roma's a weird team, because Roma struggle, it could be said, against the low teams more than the big teams. I'm not sure if we can actually say this because apart from these last few games, I think we've been good at getting the points where we have to get the 3 points. In these past few months, we have kind of crumbled down. We didn't get the 3 points against Lecce. We didn't get the 3 points against Cremonese. We didn't get the 3 points against Sassuolo. So we've kind of lowered the rhythm. This is a complex game because we have got a massive emergency in defense. I mean, I have struggled to come up with a predicted 11 for this game. I'm sure Mourinho will struggle to come up for a starting 11 for Sunday's game. But we have to, put 11 players on that pitch. And I've kind of studied it because Cristante's out, Mancini's out, Ibanez is out. Our only big defender is Smalling. So I definitely think we're lucky that we're facing Sampdoria, because if we were facing any other team, I don't think we would have gotten massive chances with the defense that is going to play this game. But look, Sampdoria, in my opinion, are done. They're done. Realistically speaking, they are going to get relegated. Do I think they could pull out a miracle? Absolutely not. In fact, I actually think there's a higher chance of seeing them get last, so 20th out of 20th, than actually seeing them 17th out of 20th and save themselves from relegation. I'm sorry, but if we don't get the 3 points on Sunday, then top 4 race is done. This is a team which I actually even would say that it would be embarrassing if we only beat 1-0. This is a team which over these past 2 years has shown the world how bad they are. The amount of low number of goals that they score. This is a team which we have to obliterate. Do I think we'll obliterate them? No, because we're not a team which batter other teams, especially with the defense that is going to start this game. But I expect to win. I want to win. We have to win this game. They can't save themselves. They won like one game out of all the games this season. So how do you save themselves? So I genuinely think they are going to get relegated. However, I would also say that this period is the worst period of the season when it comes to facing these relegation sides, because it's during this period that the relegation teams kind of prepare one final assault to try and believe in their salvation. But look, apart from that, we gotta win this game, and I think we will win this game because we're coming from a lost derby. Don't forget that. The team wants a reaction, the manager wants a reaction, the fans primarily want a reaction, because we are coming from a lost derby. We've had an international break to regather. We had this international break to refocus on the season. We had this international break to kind of forget the derby and restart all over again in this last final part of the season, which is the most important part of the season. We're going to play a lot of games, both Europa League and Serie A combined. We are going to play a entertaining but exhausting part of the season. And we've come a long way in every single tournament that we're currently in. I think we have to enjoy this final stage of the season, and hopefully we can celebrate something. Maybe a trophy, maybe a Champions League qualification. But one thing which I'll say, which I kind of agree on, is if we don't beat Sampdoria on Sunday, I am tempted to start saying, forget about the Serie A and go all in the Europa League, which is a massive gamble because there are very tough teams in Europa League. But I genuinely think that if we don't beat Sampdoria on Sunday, and I mean beat, a draw is not acceptable against a team like Sampdoria. If we don't beat them on Sunday, we have to go all in the Europa League, because we kind of have to save the season. And if we don't win against them on Sunday, we're never going to get top 4. it's hard now that we've lost both derbies. If we don't win against this team on Sunday, it's going to be virtually impossible reaching top four. And therefore, we're going to try and save the season. Let's hope in a miracle in Europa League. But you know what? I'm the first one to say right now at time of speaking, top four is very doable. We're 1 point from top four. I've said this in the match reaction of the derby game. I believe in top four. And yeah, I mean, let's think on this game before. Moving on to the predicted 11. Let's speak about predicted 11 for a second. Because we've got an emergency and we've not played for a week. So, players. Let's speak about players. Rui Patricio in goal. He's coming from 2 consecutive games in the Portuguese national team. I believe both of them he kept a clean sheet. So, he's had a good international break momentum. Hopefully, he can bring that to this game too. Then in defense, this is interesting because Smalling's going to start and Llorente's going to start. They are the only ones which are confirmed in this. My third defender, there are a lot of questions to be asked. The third defender is either going to be one between Spinazzola, Matic, and Cilic. And I'm going to give you my explanation of why I chose Spinazzola. You could go with Matic in defense, and I think out of all, he's probably the most experienced one to play as a centre-back. However, I would have put Matic in defense if Cristante was available. Cristante also has a lot of yellow cards, so he's going to miss this game. Meaning that if you don't put Matic in the midfield, we're going to lose a lot of control in that area. So that's the reason why I chose Spina. Second reason, Cilic. I mean, let's be honest here. You've probably understood that I don't like Cilic as a player after that Cremonese game, and you probably understood this. But, just as a matter of pure logic, if Cilic has been playing bang average, bad, in his real position, how can we expect a good performance from a player who's been playing bad in his own position? How do we expect him to play in a completely new position and play better? So, just out of pure logic, I don't think Cilic could start as a centre-back. Because if he's been bad enough in his own position, what can he produce in a completely different position? And full-back and centre-backs are 2 very completely positions. Because a centre-back has to defend. There are full-backs which are defenders but don't care about defence. The centre-back has to defend. Cilic can't play as a centre-back and then cross the ball. Cilic has to, if he plays as a centre-back, he has to defend. So, I don't think Cilic will start, which leaves Spinazzola. I think, I've gone with him. I've gone with him in the 3 defence. I mean, the other strategy could be shifting to 4 defenders at the back again. But I don't know. I don't think it will happen, especially because we lack good defenders in this game. And 4 man at the back means you're kind of secure. And I don't think we're secure in this game. I think if they hit us on counter... they're going to try and exploit counterattacks. They're probably going to watch the Sassuolo game that Sassuolo played against us, and they're probably going to copy that game. And I'll be very honest with you, if Sampdoria play even half the way Sassuolo played against us, they're going to score 3 past us. Because Roma hates counterattacks, and, add the fact that we're missing 80% of our defense, I think counterattacks could be a killer. But Sampdoria are a team which hates scoring, and they're one of the weakest in the team. So we can't expect a performance similar to Sassuolo. That's my take on the defense. 4 midfielders, I've gone with Zalewski, I've got it on the screen. I don't know why I'm daydreaming. Zalewski on the right-hand side and El Sharawi on the left-hand side. And in the middle, I've gone with Gini and Matic. Gini and Matic in the middle. No big changes there. Gini's coming from 2 good performances with the Netherlands. I say good. like good minutes in his legs. So he's slowly getting that fitness back, and I think Gini needs time. So Gini will start this game. Matic to provide that solidity, to provide that fight against Harry Winks, which is probably their biggest player in this game. And then Zalewski and El Shaarawy on the two sides. So offensive, both of them hate defending, love attacking. I expect goals, and scoring the most goals in this game is a win-win. I mean, that's with every game. You're probably gonna go, "Wow, you're a genius," but yeah, I mean, we gotta try and score this game because it could be a sneaky one. And then attacking mids, Pellegrini, Dybala, and I've gone with Tammy. Again, I've gone with Tammy. Belotti could easily start this game. I've gone with Tammy because I think it's that part of the season. I mean, we're almost there. We're almost at the finish line. And Tammy has been playing bad. So, I think it's that last chance of him trying to do something. And, start him. Maybe change the mentality in this international break. He didn't even play for England. So, if he does, then keep him. If he doesn't, then Belotti becomes the starting. So that's my reasoning behind Tammy Abraham. But I really wouldn't be surprised if Belotti starts. In fact, I've been reading how Mourinho has been given more confidence to Belotti than Tammy lately. So I really wouldn't be surprised. But I've put Tammy just because I kind of want to see Tammy. As much as we'd like to see some experimentation, I think he'll go with Llorente and Kumbula. Problem is, Kumbula also is not available because that red card which he got against Sassuolo cost him 2 games because it was one of those stupid red cards. So when I mean we have an emergency in defense, we really do. We don't have Kumbula, Ibanez, Mancini, Cristante, Korsdorp. We're missing 5 defensive players. So experimentation has to be made in this game. And why not? I mean, we're facing the weakest team in the league. I mean, look, some experimentation is understandable. I mean, if we don't experiment at home against Sampdoria, then when will we ever experiment something? So yeah, I think this is gonna be the defense. Speaking about the game, speaking about this last part of the season, we gotta give it our best. We have to give it our all best. Last season, we were, 1 year ago, we were going to start this part of the season in a weird way. Last season, towards April and May, we completely gave an absolute damn about the Serie A, and we focused everything in the Conference League. I don't want to see the same thing happen. I don't want to see the same thing happen because, one, we're closer to top 4 than what we were 1 year ago. And 2, because Europa League is not Conference League. So, last season, it was understandable to go all in one tournament and, kind of consume some energies and all of that. This season, I don't know. Let's just wait for this game. If we win this game, then we gotta balance both tournaments. If we lose this game, I'm gonna start agreeing that we gotta go all in Europa League, even if it means getting thrown out by Feyenoord. I mean, we have to go all in Europa League because if we lose against Sampdoria or draw against Sampdoria, I think Europa League surpasses top 4 when it comes to priorities of the season. So yeah, that's my thought on it. But look, we're close. Milan are playing Napoli, so we could get in the top 4 race this weekend. By the end of the week, we could be inside the top 4 bracket. It's that part of the season. There were news of Mourinho not renewing his contract, but Mourinho staying 1 more year. It will make the environment more united. It will make Mourinho himself more tempted to achieve what he wants to achieve with the club. I just can't see us losing on Sunday. I mean, no one here expects us and sees us losing on Sunday. Sampdoria don't score goals. I mean, not that we do, but Sampdoria are bad. We're playing at home. Home advantage. Sold out stadium. Dybala. Sampdoria don't have that. So, I want to win. I hope we win. And I think we'll win. Going forward, I think that if there would be changes, it should start on the 70th minute. When it comes to Tammy, I guess he doesn't want to play defensive forward anymore, so I'm sure he has problems with Mourinho because of that. Oh yeah, one of the reasons, I mean, obviously because Tammy is a completely different player to last season, but second reason why I think Tammy's been playing, scoring less goals is because of the way we play, 100%. 100%. And that's not even a question. Tammy this season has been a different player because we've been playing way less attacking football. 100%. 100%. It's also because him as a player, I think I see him less concentrated. It's definitely when it comes to tactical plans too. For top four, we need to overtake two teams. Lazio, Milan, Inter. I'm 90% sure Juventus will get their points back. Update on Juventus. Juventus are now risking 40 points deduction, 40 points combined. Look, I think it's another situation which changes day in and day out. 1 week ago, I would have agreed with you and said that Juventus are going to get the points back. I've been reading articles today, yesterday. Feel free to search it up yourself. Juventus's penalization could get worse for them. I'm reading that Juventus is risking 40 points deduction, which means they're going to get relegated. So, as things stand right now, I don't think Juventus will get the points back. Obviously, do I think it's going to be 40 points? No. Juventus are not going to get relegated, in my opinion. They've got too much power. But I don't think they'll get the points back. And if they do, it's embarrassing. I mean, if they do get the points back, it's embarrassing. I mean, yeah. So I wouldn't focus on Juventus right now. I think the big priorities right now are Milan, Inter, and Lazio. Cremonese hadn't won a Serie A game before. It's not a sure thing tomorrow. Oh yeah, definitely agree. You never know with Roma. We're the weirdest team in Europe. But you see what I mean? Like, we really can't lose this game. And I myself, I'll be honest with you, I can't see us losing this game. From your lips to God's ears. I want Solbakken to start. Haven't seen him since he scored in his starting debut. The Greece will be here for the back, two centre backs and two fullbacks. But yeah, look, why does Pellegrini still play on the left wing? Did you see him against England? Man, he was a walking catastrophe. Well, yeah, but there won't be any tactical changes. There won't be any changes in formation. So I think Pellegrini until the end of the season is forced to play in that position. But look, I will catch you tomorrow. Mourinho is not speaking again in protest for what happened with the referees and all of that. Mourinho has decided not to speak against Sampdoria for the press conference to protest about the decision against him a few weeks ago. Mourinho is back on the bench, by the way. I'll catch you tomorrow for more updates, and then Sunday Stadium Vlogger, they're gonna be back. And yeah, I will catch you soon. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, turn the bell notification button. And so another thing which I'll say, I'll anticipate. I'm starting a second channel. I mean, I've already started a second channel. I just haven't posted any videos. I'm starting a second channel. I won't spoil anything. Stay tuned. Very interesting, fun, entertaining, cultural content. It's about football again. But it's not about Roma. It's going to be a fun one. I am planning to start uploading on that channel. Oh my god, there's a massive cobweb on this light. I'm aiming to start uploading in a few weeks' time. I'm gonna take advantage of this Easter break to film some content. It's gonna be one of those channels where I'm probably gonna post one video every 1/2 weeks, because it's one of those style of videos which requires time, requires good editing. So it's a completely different. It has nothing to do with Roma theory. Roma theory will continue as always. So yeah, if you want to subscribe in the meantime, it's called Perplexus Footy. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. Subscribe, smash the like button, and yeah, Simon out.